Hello! First of all, apologies for the glare and any shadows, but I am recording this early evening, so don't have much light. I had actually recorded it during the day about a week or so ago, but the footage has disappeared into the ether. So I don't know where that's gone. I've spent ages looking for it, but it's not there. So I'm having to do it again because I've actually already made a card using this kit, and I want to tag that onto the end of this video. I am sharing the Carley Duff signature collection. This is her second signature collection, and this time it is Scandinavian Folk Art. And as you can see, there are papers and dies, etc. So I'm just going to run through them really quickly before I share the project. We have the Scandinavian Folk Art Fox, and you'll see that it's broken down into pieces, so you could actually do some decoupage really easily with that. And the same for the bear, and they're really nice dies. It's great packaging as well. I tend to put a little dot on here of hook and loop just to keep it shut. And then we have the sloth and the TP, which is really cool. It's really different like that. And the panda, which is just adorable. And then there's the Charisma Unfoiled background pack. I actually bought two of these, so I can show you the one that I've used, because obviously that is open, but it will be missing some pieces, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so we've got the characters, the TP, this is obviously the Charisma pages. We've got all the characters there, and some obviously extra bits. On the TP one there is extra bunting. This one you've got the bamboo. As I said earlier, you've got those extra dice so you can layer it up easily, but obviously you don't have to. So there's quite a few of those. And then we've got this gorgeous foiled cardstock, and I really love the colours of this. They're like a pastel, but they're suitable, I think, for both male and female cards. Don't have to be little girly cards, although I am about to make a little girly card. And then you get two, because I bought the bundle, you get two stencils as well. So this is the Confetti Sven 8x8 stencil. I have actually used this one. And then the Delicate Leaf 8x8 stencil again. And finally the paper kit. So you get die cut toppers, 4 designs, 4 of each, and duo backgrounds, 4 designs, 4 of each. And they've got some really cute images and some different sayings, like I would like to sing you happy birthday, the sun is shining just for you. So yeah, they're really cute. Again, gorgeous colours, and they are popping out easily, as you can see. I like this one with the teacup on, and you've obviously got the characters on there as well. And this one, great for boys cards, doesn't have to be, but it's got those really nice masculine colour tones if you want to do that. And great for scrapbooking, like camping holidays or scouting adventures or things like that, or even brownies, guides, and everyone is included. Winter wishes for today, someone special with the baubles. So again, you've got that covered for Christmas as well. So again, it covers different occasions, not just the different genders. Then you've got these duo A4 sheets. So this one is actually the sloth, and this one has our rabbit and bear on it with the TP. This one has got the bird on from the topper set, and you've got these stripes there. This one is Christmassy with the baubles on, the Christmas tree and the stars. Obviously the stars don't need to be used for Christmas. And then we have the stamps. Now these are fairly big stamps as well, and I love these big letters. I've already used some of those. Obviously it's got a slightly sort of Native American feel to it as well, which is really nice, because you've then got many different uses for them. And this just about covers sort of all your eventualities for adding names, obviously, because you've got your alphabet there. And then you can add additional characters or maybe stamp the background, and obviously you can stencil it. So it's a really great collection. I think you can make a lot of different cards with that. As I said, I am now about to make a project. I've decided to use the Folk Art Fox die, and as I mentioned, it comes with these extra bits so you can decoupage it, and with the Charisma you get those extra bits on there as well. So I'm just going to die cut that and I'll be back. It's all die cut now, and as you can see, the colour is it bleeds over the edge so that you don't end up with a white edge on your die cuts. And I've cut all the bits out, so it's got an extra head and an extra tail plus the extra ears. And I'm going to do something slightly different with them. I am going to cut his head so I can change the angle of it. There we go. And it just means that I can tilt it slightly. And then I can obviously build up the layers as well. I could do the same for the tail. I'm not going to, but I did work out that if you put this behind, you could have the tail so it's almost laying along the ground. It doesn't have to be up behind him. I'm going to use the TP Charisma as well. I'm just going to cut out one layer from this though because I want it to sit flat on the card. That's the TP cut, so obviously I've used the die to do that with the Charisma. And I think I might be able to cut along here to open up the tent or TP door. So I'm going to have a go at that. I have layered up the fox. I've tilted the head, then I've put the second head on with some 3D foam pads, and I've done the same for the tail, and then I've added the ears on. This one I've stuck on flat, and this one I've added a 3D foam pad and sort of put that towards the back so it's tilting the ear forwards. I'm going to do a DL card because I really like DL cards, but also I don't think they're used enough, and that is by far the biggest pack of cards I've got at the moment, so I thought I'd go with that. I've picked out this backing card from the Charisma pack, and I think I'm going to use one of the stencils as well. So I've got a choice of the Delicate Leaf or the Confetti Sven, and I think I'm going to go with the confetti one. Just put some strips of the backing card on, so I've used this sort of light blue here and this pink. And next I'm going to use this stencil with some Distress Oxides, and I'm using Worn Lipstick, Cracked Pistachio and Seedless Preserve. I'm just going to add those randomly over the white background of the card. I've used the stencil to create a background with the Distress Oxides, and next I'm going to use the letter stamps so I can make up a name. I'm going to stamp them onto a separate sheet of card and then cut them out. They should be fairly easy to cut out by hand, because none of the letters are like the difficult ones, so like the S might be a bit tricky or something like that, but yeah, they all look reasonably easy to cut out, so we shall see. I've printed out or stamped out the letters using archival ink in watering can, so it's grey rather than black because I don't want them to stand out too much. With the pastel colours I thought the grey would look better, and they do have little apertures in them if you like, so you can colour them in. So I'm going to use my distress markers in the same colours that I used through the stencil, and I'm just going to scribble them onto some acetate and use a water brush, and I'm just going to watercolour them now. Because this is archival ink that I've used, it's actually waterproof, so I'm able to watercolour. I've painted or coloured in the spaces in the letters, and I just need to stick those down and pop on my fox and teepee, and then I'll have a look to see if there's anything else that I want to add. I've put the die cut pieces on, and I've stuck obviously name on the front, so if you haven't guessed it by now, and if you don't know, my niece, who is now just coming up for 5 months, I send her something every month. It might be a card, it might be a small gift, but yeah, just something every month. And obviously this is the card for this month. I have, like I said, stuck down the letters for her name, stuck these on, but I do think it needs something more. So what I'm going to do is die cut these pieces out, because they don't obviously have to be used with the ones that are on the sheet. They can be used for other things, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut these out, and I'm also going to cut some bunting out. So I've got 2 spare bits of bunting on here, and I'm going to pop those on there as well. To finish this one off, I've cut the leaves from the panda one, and I've also cut some more of the bunting. So I've just added the bunting to the top there, and then I've added a couple of the leaves, and I've also used the leaves as a stencil. So I've got a few just very light stenciling of the leaf shapes coming through as well, just to add a bit more, or another layer really. And I am happy with that, so I'm going to call that done. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a thumbs up and a comment. I do love to read them. Until next time, cheerio.